the section. This is where we exclusively ball and inclusively fall. We are back with episode 2. I am REAH from Galleria.
And I'm Day.
I'm Jew. And you know what it is, real nigga activist, Tracy.
TRAE, where you been at, shorty?
We missed you.
They told me it's 60 at the door.
Oh. You couldn't get in the section, huh?
The last party, they told me it was 60 at the door and I came in at 11, so.
Yeah, we missed TRAE last week, so.
Man, they was tripping.
So welcome Tracy to the platform. Can we get a little applause? Can we get a little, yeah, that's what I need. Absolutely. So, today, you know what, I love this. You know, our topic today is friends and friendships. And I have two of my closest friends here. And yeah, I'm happy. TRAE is also definitely a lovely addition as a friend.
He is.
TRAE, you got a lot of friends?
I have a lot of friends, but I recently told some people to go the fuck ahead.
It be like that. It really do be like that sometimes.
Deja, you got a lot of friends?
I keep my circle like now real small, real intimate because bitches is not your friend. Niggas is not your friend. Sorry.
Don't be your friend. Some people just don't be your friend.
G, you got a lot of friends?
Oh God, that's a tough question. I do and I don't. Like I got my selected people who I choose to deal with on a regular basis. But I know a lot of people that I'm cool with.
I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like I don't have a lot of close friends, but I know a lot of people through my journeys.
Like a power alone.
But it's like I know what to trust you with. I know what not to trust you with. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to give
friends
you
is work friends type shit.
more expectation because it's like if I do, you're gonna fucking fail.
That's the truth. Like you can't put too much expectations on like.
Definitely.
My mother always be saying like, you always picking up these straight friends.
I love me a straight friend. I love me a straight friend.
Like, you cool as shit.
But I won't even say like I feel like sometimes those people be a little bit realer than your regular friends.
Yeah.
Not like your locked in friends, but just some of your friends sometimes can be a little weird.
Sometimes
I don't know if
that's a
that's
nice escape.
exactly. That's
a
what I'm
nice
trying to say.
Something new.
Something new.
And most of my friends that are in this kind of category are my work friends. Because it's like, I don't know you like that, but I be with you 8 hours a day. And I feel like we built a relationship.
You gotta build a relationship. How you not gonna build a relationship with somebody you see
Every day.
Exactly.
Like I see you every day, 8 hours.
No, straight up. You can't walk up in a place like fuck everybody all the time.
Especially not at work.
Fuck everybody.
Yeah, like fuck everybody.
No, real.
We doing the same thing. You know?
See, I think I've met one of my I guess like one of my closest friends now is from work.
It be like that.
Shout out to you, Shay.
Shout out to Shay.
It's from
You got
work.
her smiling.
Yeah, she's from work, and she has been genuine since I met her. But yeah, I don't think it's just about certain people. You know, you got certain people for certain shit. Yeah, that's just what it is.
One of my favorite work friends is Aaliyah. Aaliyah, it give me real ass bitch give a fuck about it. I love Aaliyah so much. She is an entrepreneur herself. She has boutique. She is a mom. She's just really an awesome friend. She's shown up for me in spaces that I didn't even know I needed. And like I can literally unload and unpack with her. So shout out Aaliyah.
That's a mom friend. That's a mom ass friend.
Well, speaking of, let's talk about what's a good and a bad friend.
Listen,
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about good friends. To me, I feel like a good friend is somebody who instills life in you. When I say that,
powerful.
I'm gonna explain though. When I say life, I'm gonna say like, for instance, my bestest friend in the whole wide world is my best friend from middle school. We met in the 6th grade. Her name is Amber. We clicked just from bed. She's funny, I'm funny, and I was kind of quiet. I was the new kid at school, and she was like a little fake bully, but not really a bully. But I don't know. Like we just end up like being cool from being in. We were in theater together. I did theater as a kid, and she was like one of the people that she could sing real good and stuff. We just always kept a close bond, and we separated from schools and stuff like that, came back and still always maintained the friendship. We were just talking the other day saying like we don't see each other as often, but we text like every day. Like we text every single day. One of my friends pushed me to quit my job because she seen that I had so much talent and the place that I was in was making me miserable. That's a friend that believes in you. That's a form of life. One of my friends, like, she trusted me to DJ her whole baby shower simply because I love music and I always had the board, but I ain't have the courage to go out and be like, oh yeah, let me do your event and shit. But this friend trusted me, like, put me into a different aspect. Now I'm a DJ and then doing hella events for 1 year. Another friend, like, she always wasted me, you should get into cosmetology, because I'm always doing some dumb ass shit with it. But I don't know, I was hesitant on it at first and just, I end up falling into it, and I really love this shit. But just friends that see shit
that push you,
hell yeah, like, it's uncomfortable. But I feel like it's a lot less uncomfortable when somebody you know trusts you is pushing you out there as opposed to you jumping out there yourself. So it's a little bit more affirming.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I feel like, honestly, you guys at this table, you do that for me. And I feel like actually most of my friends do that for me. Like, they'll tell me, because I be in my head a lot. So they'll be so they'll be like, stop doing that. You can do that shit. Like, and I love that shit. I don't keep people around me that aren't like that. So it's important to have friends who really uplift you. And when you don't see it, they see the vision. They motivate you. They push you because you need that shit. It be days where even as an entrepreneur, you want to give up. You want to be like, fuck that shit. But your friends, like, they be saying that shit for you. Like, I know you can do that shit, so do that shit. So, yeah.
As a guy, like, I feel like as a guy, you need, like, a good friend for me is somebody who check my ass. Like, I'm not right all the time. I know that I'm wrong. But sometimes you need that, yo, get the fuck up. Like, what is you doing? Like, why the fuck you do that? Like, I honestly be thinking, I feel as though my girl's my best friend because she see me at my weakest. Because it's like, yeah, I got, like, I have a best friend. Like, shout out to Mimi. I have a best friend, but it's like my girl sees me in the weakest. She'll see me cry. Like, nobody else gonna see me cry but my girl. Like, you feel me? Like, people can know your business, but they ain't gonna know, like, your financial business, like, stuff like that. So it's like, for somebody to know all that, how is they not your best friend? You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. That friend of people, but I try not to be too much like that because I'm not your father.
You can't be big brother.
Yeah, I'm not your big brother. I'm not your father. I'm not none of that. All I can do is tell you what's up. But I feel as though that's a good friend, and then, you know, loyalty, of course. You know, loyalty, I think loyalty is like the shit. It's like
loyalty is
sugar.
number
one.
Anything,
like, you can fall short on so many categories, but if you loyal to me and you got my best interests at heart, you will always have me as a friend.
It's funny you say that because I have friends who I consider good friends that I don't love every part of them.
Yeah.
But I know that they're loyal to me. I know that they want to take care of me. I know they want to show me certain things. I feel like for me, what makes a good friend is somebody where I can take the mask off. We go outside every day and we put together who we want to be perceived as. But it's nice to be able to get on the phone with somebody and literally feel like you are unzipping and like just being yourself. I'm so grateful that I do have multiple people that I can go to for different things, and I know that they're gonna make me feel full in that area of like you can literally unzip and be yourself. Lila is one of my best friends. Deja is one of my best friends. Kayla is one of my best friends. Jew. I feel like I'm leaving somebody out. Love that.
Knowing your situation and stuff, like, and accepting for who you are.
Yeah.
Literally.
This is it.
I just want to piggyback off of what Trey said because he is my check person, my check me. That's what I like to say. Right? He will tell me, and this, you know how they say, if your mother tell you you're not wrong, you're not wrong. If Trey tell me I'm not wrong, I'm not wrong because he is one of my friends who aren't like biased about something like. And to me, as a female, it's nice to get like the male perspective on things because females are weird, and I like to be able to go to my male friends, and he's one of my main ones, and it's like,
they got the black and white, exactly. They got the black and white vision on everything.
Because I feel as though it gotta have like a balance, like.
Hell yeah.
As a woman, you need male advice, and as a guy, you need women advice. Because as a guy, you come off too stern, but you need that emotion. Like, showing emotion is good. As a female, you know, y'all emotions is a little bit too high.
Yeah.
So y'all got, then they put that like, you know, you got water.
Yeah.
You put that oil in there, you gotta bring that down a little bit. Like, you can be emotional, but fuck is you crying for? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's deep, but it ain't that deep. You gotta bring that shit down, you feel what I'm saying?
And because sometimes you have to have friends that show you the ugly, you gotta be able to communicate, not necessarily only communicate, but like you know what that equal is. You know what they're saying. You know what the perception is. I feel like Juice is the number one. We can communicate without speaking. I'm gonna tell a short story.
You got a short.
We got a mutual friend. She is a little bit more like outside than us. So when we decided to spend some time with her, it was kind of like a reunion thing. Like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's go hang with her. Let's chill. Whatever. She got us outside, like in the hood. And if you know me and Jew, we love the hood. But we know that there's parameters to certain things that we can do for our safety, for us to feel comfortable and truly to have fun.
It's different.
So we out there, it's a cookout, we get a plate, we chilling, cool, whatever. But we have another movie all three are supposed to go to. It's getting a little later than we expected. So she's making comments that make us feel like maybe she not ready to go to this move. But we not about to be out here all night.
And we still sitting here.
Literally. She comes back, we in our car, I think like sitting next to your car or something. Me and Juice literally look at each other like, She like, I want to ride with one of y'all. We like, no, we all want to drive separate. She come back like, okay, wait, anybody got cash? Cause I need cash for gas money. Me and Juice still getting each other the, Bad luck. Long story short, it's time to go. Me and Juice, we end up just going home. And we didn't even say, we knew we were going home. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Had to say, like, you ready.
And that was the first time, like, we always been close and we always been able to communicate and show each other things that we both understood. But that was the first time where we literally used no words for hours at a time to be like, is we on the same page? It's time to go. We knew that what she wanted to partake in, we weren't ready for that. Yeah. So that was like a very cool story for me and Jim.
Trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like shit.
First thing that was good, but
yeah.
Not gonna put you in uncomfortable situations.
At all.
I feel like that's a really
and I feel like there's even times where I do have friends where we might be like, she might want to do more than I want to do, but it's still being able to make your friend feel.
Yeah.
Look, I know you might not want to do that. Do you want me to make sure you get home?
And it's okay.
And that is okay.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, bitches will do that and it be a problem. Like, no, we here. You know me. Like, we should, you know, we good. Like, Morgan was my best friend ever. She is my best friend. We've been friends since like 6th grade. I think we've literally maybe had like one, or I wouldn't even call it an argument. We have disagreements, but she's one of my friends I don't have to argue with, and I love that. We just, so she's my greatest friend. I know I won't say I have a lot of great friends, to be honest. So, but my best friend, she is my best friend, so.
Some people all about self too.
Yes.
That's a tough thing. Like, sometimes that's a hard thing to take with friends. Like, and like you were saying with their flaws and stuff like that. Like, you've known them for a long time. You trying to accept them for who they are because you know they're loyal to you. But at the same time, certain traits do sometimes stick out. That's like, oh God. It's like family for real.
Yeah.
People think when you're not friends with somebody, that just automatically mean you just don't fuck with them. Like, just because you're not my friend, I'm not going to sit out here and say anything bad about you. I'm not going to wish no ill will. You're just not going to be in my circle. Like, you ain't going to be in my space. I'm not giving you the same energy. Okay. You know, I ain't going to be, man, fuck that nigga, man.
No, you can love him from a distance.
We just not relevant. Like, we just not relevant in each other's circle. No disrespect. We go over there, I go over here.
Yeah, it don't have to be a beef. It's just like we just like I was saying last week, we just agree to disagree. Like, I love you from a distance. There's no bad blood, but we just not in the same. We're not in the same.
Yeah.
But even further beyond agreeing to disagree, like sometimes you literally grow out of people.
Yes.
You just grow out of them, and I didn't
Yes.
understand what that meant until like I actually started doing real shit with my life. When you actually find some shit going on, you start saying like, "Oh shit, friends falling off."
Yeah,
you get
you
that.
get
a
two
bit
different
easier
paths.
to cut them, no, but I'll say it's hard because it's still hurtful. It's like, damn, my nigga, I gotta let you go.
Yeah.
But it's like I got bigger fish to fry. Like,
It's
literally,
like friend
I know I
breakups.
gotta keep moving. Like,
It's like breakups. It's like
Yeah.
you go through breakups goes with your friends as well. It's like, damn, like I love you, I care about you, but I can't fuck with you, like, and I'm sorry.
And sometimes it takes one false move.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's me.
It's one false move.
I do. I'm a Cancer, so naturally I give a lot of chances. But with my friends, I say this from the jump, I have high expectations of you because I've accepted you as my friend. And as soon as I feel like, don't get me wrong, I know people falter here and there. We can come back from that. But certain things is like a straight no. Yeah. It's no second chance at certain things. It only gotta be nothing crazy. Like,
is it something
just certain things that show me another portion of you that I know that I gotta remember when I'm trying to make decisions of who I want around me.
Like, I don't like how you acting about the situation for real. And
definitely
remember that.
That's number one.
I'm gonna remember it.
And then I can say something to you. Don't feel defensive when I say something to you. Like, you know, as soon as you say something to somebody, it's like we can have a talk. But it's like we can talk about it, but it's like you come off rowdy on that. I'm not gonna talk to you.
I'm not gonna want to talk to you.
Because we friends at the end of the day. It's us against the problem, not me versus you.
Exactly. Or I always tell my friends, I try to remind them, like, you can say whatever you want to me, but it's about the manner of how you coming to me. Like, don't come to me on those smart shit. Just talk to me like woman to woman or man to woman, whatever the case may be. But don't come to me like da-da-da-da and think I'm gonna respect you or whatever the case may be. Just talk to me. Be good. You don't have to be extra with it or whatever. It just be, when females be real, I think females are real catty. So it's never like, it's never like we can really just talk. Just talk to me.
Nobody wants to have the last word with y'all.
That's all it is.
Down like, oh, alright, bitch, because I said this, that, and that.
And it don't have to be like that.
It really don't.
That's the thing. I will step the fuck down.
Because
I
don't feel like all that. I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing it.
You all get crazy. That's
on you.
I'm grown to learn that the best response is no.
No, because let me tell you why. That shit takes too much energy out of you. That shit is only hurting you, hindering you. Like, let them hear that you got that.
Off and make yourself look crazy. I'm not doing that.
You do something.
No, you gonna make sense, but it's gonna be for nothing. It's gonna be for nothing.
No, literally, like you said, it's gonna be for nothing. It's gonna make sense, and it's gonna be a solid point. But after all that yelling and screaming, it's like shit still gonna be the way that it is.
Exactly.
So let's get into bad friends. You know, have you guys? What's your definition of a bad friend?
I don't have no worst friends. I don't talk to none of you dumb bitches. One who doesn't. One who doesn't basically like. For me, like I said,
I wasn't even there first.
Females, they so catty, so I think they be trying to like purposely find a problem with you. So ones who try to purposely like, I don't know, I think they make problems out of no problems. Like, I'm a female, so I know we tend to do that sometimes. So I think a bad friend to me is just a bitch that's weird, you know, or so I don't even know how else to explain it. Like, you just weird energy, like bad energy, or just like, just low. Shout out to Coastal. Low vibrational. A bitch that's low vibrational.
We had some low vibrational at brunch. Sorry, we definitely had low vibrational. That food was I think for me, I feel like this year was the first time I experienced acknowledging that I have a bad friend.
That's a tough thing to realize.
And it's so hard. It's like a breakup. It's worse than a breakup.
It's worse than a breakup.
A bad friend is someone who I look at all of the stuff people do to act out as a symptom to an issue. And what I think I think the issue is you can't even be honest with yourself.
Talk about it.
You can't even be honest with yourself about how you feel, the things that make you mad, the things that trigger you. And now it's coming out to me. I feel like most of the issues that come out in friendships are just symptoms to a deeper issue. I feel like those symptoms include not being able to communicate, like you said, not being able to be honest with me and say, hey, I didn't like that you did A, B, C.
Right.
And trying to like hone in on the issue and then kind of make it more than what it is, or make the situation longer than it has to be and drawn out. I hate it.
Yeah. We can just move forward.
I need,
me personally, requirements to be things that make you a bad friend, I guess, still. With just not being able to be there for me when I need it. I don't care what nobody say, not being able to read my mind, because I need a friend that can read my mind.
That gets me, right?
It's too many people out here.
So hard,
no, it's not hard.
I feel like I'm a mind reader in so many things.
And when I say read my mind, I'm not saying literally, but you can pick up a vibe. When you, even through a text message. Yeah, just the other day, Monty was texting me, shout out to Monty. She said, a couple, probably a year ago now, I had borrowed some gold shoes from her, but I always kept them in my car, so whenever I see it, I can give it to her. But they hurt your feet real bad. Nobody wants them. They suck. She texted me, hey, where the gold shoes? And I was like, okay, this is a heavy text. It's something else behind that. Right. I don't feel like that. She called me, and I was going to call her. That's why I didn't text her back. But she beat me to it. She called me, and she said, yeah, I need those shoes for a friend. I'm stressed, but I know I need it. And that's when I was like, okay, she got a lot on her fucking plate. Right. But that's the kind of friend I need. I need somebody, when I send you that heavy text message, I need you to be able to read it or take a moment too to be like, all right, wait, maybe something. Let me make sure she's straight, because I know it's something else with it. And it don't, and that don't mean people can disrespect you. Exactly. I'm not saying that. And she would never do that to me. Right. I knew what that was, because that's my friend.
Exactly. But sometimes you pump up and make the situation.
So bad friends in that situation would have pumped it up, would have been disrespectful.
Like, bitch, what you mean?
Like you were saying last week, I'm starting to take a moment to kind of check myself and see how I'm feeling. All right, they said this, that's smart. Let me think about it. Let me try to process it first before I respond. Because I'm gonna either blow up or I'm like, no, I'm gonna be like, all right, let me see what this is really about.
And I use the term heavy because that's how energy works. Sometimes your friends can come in and it feel like they knocking you over. Yeah. And when I feel that, I allow them to, because I know that they got a lot going on. As your friend, I'm supposed to carry that. It's weight. And I want my friends to feel like you can come to me as you are. So good friends or bad friends to me don't understand that it's not always gonna be a balance. Sometimes you gonna be heavier, sometimes she gonna be heavier. Exactly. But you gotta be there for your friend. That's your friend. You gotta show up for them. Just because you want them to do that for you.
And not make you feel bad for, fucking up or doing stuff.
Absolutely.
But in a sense, just maybe a little scolding, like we say, check your friends or whatever. But some friends, they're I don't know. People just weird. But anywho, to a bad friend, to me, is a bad friend to me is somebody that has to question your character.
Ooh. Talk about it.
How dare you on that shit?
Question me. I hate that shit. Like, you know my heart.
You had to question.
What have I ever done for you to question me? Like, I
weirdo.
Exactly.
You weirdo. Cause I'm as a friend, you supposed to know my heart. Like, as my friends are like my family. Like, you supposed to know me. Like, you supposed to know my heart for real.
Especially at this age.
At this age, we're too old.
We established
friends know me for a long time.
Yeah.
Over 10 years. At least. Just being honest, everybody around me should know me, basically inside and out. Know my tendencies when I'm mad, when I'm attitude, let me leave that nigga alone. When I'm in good spirits, okay, I see you over there getting to it. Right. When I'm just putting the mask on and trying to get there, you okay? Stuff like that. That's friends I like. But,
well, to me, a bad friend, like you said, a bad friend is somebody that gotta question your character. Why are you questioning me and you know the type of person I am? I got a good heart. So it's for you to think, all right, I got an example as well. You feel me? So, somebody thought that, all right, say, I was talking to a friend, right? And the friend was talking about something, but the friend did some crazy shit and told the other person, mind you, he wasn't supposed to tell them nothing.
Right.
So so they come back to me, but what they said to him wasn't even that bad. And the person that they said it to, we were supposed to have been cool. So it's you text my phone on some shit, but you've known me so long that why would you ever think I was on some messy shit like that? Instead of you just calling me up
that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. And that's why at this old age we are now, I distance myself from shit like that. I'm not
You got to.
I'm not ready to give off that no, fuck you. You know what? Go about your business.
No, we don't even have to argue. Like, I feel like as friends, let's just communicate. That's with any relationship. Let's just talk about it. Like, some shit do not be that deep, but people want to make it that deep.
At all. For real.
I had the belief that if you argued with me, you can't be my friend. I don't argue with my friends, and I feel like me making newer friends, like those work friends, they're showing me sometimes you do argue with your friends. It's about arguing in a healthy way. And I never, like I said, for me personally, I'm going to just put this out here because I feel like people always come to me about advice and friends. I just have a knack for choosing really good friends.
Right.
I was bullied at a really young age by somebody who I consider was my best friend. I was probably like 2nd grade. And as much as some people want to undermine bullying, if you've never been through it, then you don't understand. But that's a very scary thing, especially when you're so young. And my mother always taught me every time I went to school, you don't have friends, all of these people are your associates. So I remember going to Western and me being at the register and Kennedy being like, oh, I'm gonna pay for yours and mine just because. And being like, oh my God. This girl is actually really my friend. We taking the bus together, going home. People making sure I get home. I was like, wow. I said, Mom, no, I think this is a friend. And my mother said, yeah. When she stamped that for me, I was like, okay, like now I get it.
So can you touch on associates?
Oh yeah, I had a lot of them.
Speak that shit.
Yeah.
Touch on associates.
I had a lot of them. I feel like associates, especially when you're in a space like we are, we're social people. We like to, we have our actual jobs, but we like other things to be able to network in and meet people and stuff like that. Associates are people, they're most of the time really good people. They help you, they want to assist you, they want to bring you to the next level, but they might not be on the level where you can fully unzip everything about yourself. You can't let them completely in. But you can appreciate them and love them down, you know, from where you are. But it's still definitely some distance.
It's not like you're not my buddy.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't.
We cool, we say hello, we probably show up for each other at each other's events. Probably support each other on whatever we're doing business-wise, maybe even on Instagram and showing a lot of love. But that doesn't mean that they know all your business. They probably don't even know who your parents are. You know what I'm saying? They just, it's at a distance. And you need people like that to get ahead in life. And the two, to feel like you're not boxing yourself in. Because I know people who have best friends, 2 or 3 best friends, and that's all they know.
Right.
And that, to me, if you don't have no associates, then you just not growing as a person. You need other. You gotta rub shoulders with people.
You don't gotta be buddy with everybody, but you can, you know, create a relationship with somebody.
That's important.
Just off their energy.
But I'm super social now.
Yeah,
exactly.
I might be nervous, you know, a little bit socially awkward in the beginning, but after you open up, it's just like, it's talking. You cool, we got conversation stuff to talk about, and people, I don't know, people want to feed off of the vibe you give. Sometimes, going back to high vibrational, high vibration literally just means like when you walk into a room and people can feel your aura on them, like in a positive way though, because sometimes you can walk into a space and I've felt like I've been that dark cloud before. I felt that dark cloud from people. Like energy is a thing that is reciprocated. You feel it. It's a bond that's shared between people. Everybody has, you know, energy. We all share the same space. So when we are considering high vibrations, basically it just means like when you can come into a space and make things positive. If things are negative, you can enter that space, and even if it remains negative around you, you still keep a positive mindset. If you're given a high vibration, people just gonna naturally pick up on that.
Right.
So something I started practicing when I walk into a room, I'm smiling.
All the time.
That's something because, and even if I don't feel like I'm not very loud, like some days it be days that I do not feel like it. I'm not feeling
That's a good
today.
practice.
But I'm gonna smile because I don't want nobody around me to feel like I'm bringing in the slowly cloud.
Exactly.
I looked at Dave just now because we just went to a woman empowerment brunch and they was saying, they really were like, Linda, smile. Because you never know what somebody else could be going through. You never know what that smile can do for somebody. That could save a life.
That's
in some cases.
I'm not very loud. For somebody to wake up like, good morning, how you doing?
So to hear that twice is like, I want to do that.
Somebody just tell you good morning, you like,
people don't speak no more. People don't open doors for you no more.
No.
Like none of that. Like they walk past like.
Yeah, but that stuff like kind of alters your day. Like it helps you so much, you know, because it's like, all right, I could be down here, but when you speak to me, you smile at me, you hear, it makes me want to get up on your level. You know what I mean? Like, so that's important.
Yeah, cause that could really like damn, I'm having a fucked up day. Like, why this guy always happy? You know, and you just
sometimes you gotta take it.
Yeah.
This market I be going into every day, he be like, always remember that you a superstar.
I love it.
I love that.
I gotta buy something from that just to say that. Because sometimes I don't feel like a superstar.
Right.
And he
Be
snatch
like
you back
that.
together like, get your ass up. Stuff like that. And your friends gotta do those things too, like random texts, like, hey, I see you out here grinding. Hey, I see that you're busy. You can't get back to me right now. And
But I know you gonna read this.
Yeah, I know you gonna read this. And even if you don't respond to me, I'm gonna call you at another time. We gonna catch up, and it's not gonna be no love lost because I know that you're busy. And
you busy.
Yes, let's talk about respecting people's time. I want to be there for you, but I have my own life as well.
I don't have the capacity.
I don't have it right now. Sometimes some other days are harder than certain days are harder than others. Like I'm not always there all the time either, so I be needing my little space. And as a Capricorn, I be really needing my little space.
Yes, y'all do, child.
Sometimes I don't want to talk.
I don't want to talk, and that's okay. That's what it is.
I'm an only child for real, so I never really been forced to have to deal with nobody like several days and nights at work by myself playing with toys, my own toys. Nobody just talking to yourself and that shit. Like, I mean, I'm used to it, so it's not a thing like, oh, I'm alone or whatever, but I don't know, like sometimes I definitely need those times of, all right, I need my social battery to recharge.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I feel as though everybody should tell their friends they proud of them more. Because like, I try to tell my homeboys I'm proud of them. Because it's like they doing a lot. I got a homie, he shoot videos. I got a homeboy, he's in engineering. Like, we come from nothing. Like, we really come from nothing. Like, it's like, yo, I done knew y'all 10 years plus. It's like, bro, from where we was at, we came from nothing. And now y'all really something. It's like, if nobody else gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I'm proud of y'all. Because it's like, you don't know how that can make somebody can be, like, me personally, I could be doing the best job ever. But if I don't get that, I'm like, damn, I'm just doing this shit for nothing. But somebody tell me like, yeah, boy, I see what you doing.
Yeah.
I see that shit you doing. Keep doing it.
It makes a difference.
It feel good. Like, man, that shit, I feel noticed. But like I said, shout out to the friends that notice you and notice the shit you doing and always, you know, send you little texts in there like, I love how you stand on your shit. You always got your head up straight. You know, I'm proud of you. Love you. Have a good day. You be like, damn.
Yeah.
That's why I love you.
That's why I love you.
Yeah.
That's a good friend. That's a great friend.
A bad friend will make snide remarks about you. Remember that? Like, that little joke wasn't funny.
Or a bad friend will not acknowledge anything.
Trying to diminish what you got in your little business.
Talk about it.
We don't even talk about Galleria, but she's supposed to be my friend.
We don't talk about Monet May.
When we talk about what is a good friend, I wanted to mention you and say like, Rhea really carries my business as if it's her own. Like, it's crazy to feel, and I don't honestly speaking, I don't feel that way with too many people. Like, with Genuine, it's really me and you. Like, but to share that with somebody and to see that, okay, this is his thing, but I know how much this means to him, so I'm gonna pour life into him, and I'm gonna make sure he stays on point. And sometimes I see like he might have a lot going on, so he can't show up for what he really wants to when he can. But I know that he'll get back to it. So I'm never going down him and be like, man, you slouch ass nigga, or man, you playing. Like,
because I know your potential. I know where you can take it. And that's why I try to.
And tough love is not everybody loves.
It's
I don't want tough love.
You gotta touch on that because I feel like people use that tough love shit, but everybody don't need that.
But don't dig in my ass because I'm gonna be real. I know when I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I know when I'm wrong.
It's some people you gotta put your foot in it.
Yeah, like, and see, I don't.
Yeah, I don't need all that. Like, be cool.
And I don't be on that either. If I gotta do all that to you, then we just shouldn't be cool.
Yeah,
it's draining. Like, you got too much.
I need that uplifting getting in my ass. Like, you can do this. Get up. Like, do that.
Like,
don't be like, well, yeah.
You don't fucking bum.
Yeah, like, what you talking about? We friends or not? Are we friends or not?
No, real time. Like, why the fuck would you do something like
yeah, like that's not for everybody.
Yeah, yo, that definitely. Definitely.
One other thing we did want to talk about was the idea of a we said a real friend, like the idea of a strong friend.
A strong friend.
Okay.
Oh God, I have a real strong friend. This strong friend is nice to everybody, and it's not to say like people be doing her petty, but I don't know, like just a lot of the stuff that people be doing to her, she don't deserve it, but it's still never tarnished her spirit or nothing like that. Like that's a strong friend, like somebody that pick up and keep going despite whatever, and can actually like, I don't know, it's influential, I feel, and make you pick up and keep going.
My strong friend has to be Morgan. Shout out to you. She like, it would be times where as though I would have a lot going on, but not that I knew she had a lot going on, but I know it's times where as though she just still pick me up even when she got shit going on. You know what I mean? She'll still uplift me even when she got shit going on, and I be needing that shit or whatever. Like, is when people still kind of be there for you in the midst of kind of still just having that world rocked or whatever the case may be, but they just still be there for you for real. So that's her for me.
Well, me personally, I think like it's not necessarily my friend, but my mother. Like, I think I want to say I'm the strong friend of my group. I really don't say that shit, but I think that. But I got it from my mother. Because I seen my mother go through so much shit and always made people feel good. We could be the brokest. I don't got no shoes.
That's my mama.
So it's like, for you to be going through that shit and still like everybody like, yo, your mother's so cool, bro. Your mother just made me feel good about myself. It's like, damn, like I aspire to be that. Like, so I try to be that. Like, that's what I think a strong friend is. Somebody who could be going through shit, but still at the end of the day they make you feel good. Mom Dukes, you know I love you, babe. You know I talk to you every day. I'm gonna let you see this. You know, you guys shining.
That's
like not necessarily saying that. I mean, you get what I'm saying. Like they fucked up and you not, but that is good. But it's like that's a strong friend because it's like you going through all these trials and tribulations, but you telling me keep going, keep doing this. Hey, you know what? You beautiful. Smile. You know, oh shit, you smell good. Like stuff like that. Like you know, the whole time you don't know what these people going through.
Yeah.
So I would say like my mother's like give my strong friend vibes. You feel me? So I can give that off to my friends because it's like at the end of the day, I'ma always make sure y'all good. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like when I think of strong friend, I think of two people. First is Lala. I feel like in all our years of being a friend, this was my first year seeing like, dang, she go through stuff too. Like, of course, everyone goes through stuff, but I feel like this year was like, boom, everything that could. She's faced death, she's faced issues, like just break up. Like she's been through so much, but she's always so smiley with me, still soft with me. Like you know how life can make people hard.
Yes.
Lila's one of the only people around me who has gone through so much. Especially like I said, this year. And still remains this like soft, squishy person, and I like admire that so much. You know, her ass is squishy.
Like you said, life can make you. Life can humble your ass real quick.
And it does. But for people to still be themselves,
that's
and
amazing.
that is
That's
like
strong.
this year because I remember like this year. I had leaned on Lala a lot in the middle of the year, and she came over one day and was literally catering to me. And I had to stop like, wow, like she's going through probably way more than I am. And I was like, I don't want to be the friend that's sucking it all up. My second person who I view as a strong friend is my friend Taylor. She's the ambitious friend. She's career driven. She's so far along her career. She's studying to become a lawyer. And she's that friend, like she's gonna go on vacation every week. She's gonna, but she's real about it. She's like it's doable. You just gotta work your ass off.
It is doable. I hate when people be acting like they go on vacation. You gotta be having like $1 million in your bank.
Guilt trip you for the stuff that you like. Everything is
talk about it.
Certain stuff. If you start to get to a certain status, it's like this and the third. I wouldn't have did that. You got all this opportunity. It's always that I wouldn't have did that. You don't have money.
Like, would you?
But she's one of the only people who I've seen achieve all these great things whether that's career, whether it's materialistic, whatever. But let me know. It shows me like this is real and it's
You can
achievable.
do it, yeah.
And you can work your ass off and we can do it together.
Period.
She's that friend. Now, to me, that's a strong friend because it's them days when I'm at work and I feel like I don't know if I want to be here or like I don't know if I'm doing a good job. I
What
don't.
you call a friend of there?
But she's like, hey, what you doing? And she just got that energy like, hey, what you doing? Well, you at work? Okay, cool. This week is blah, blah. And like, just everything from working hard, planning good, making sure your finances, just, she makes it realistic. I think sometimes when we fall, we go into this space world where everything is so hard and you can't do it. But on a daily basis, you are doing. And she's even showed me that kind of love. Like, I'm proud of you. You are my, if you do it, I'm going to do it, friend. We push each other.
You know
so.
what I'm gonna do it.
Right. She be like, Miami this weekend.
I
be like,
I love it.
Yeah.
Shit. You gotta be like that, like for real.
Yeah.
Because it's like, just escaping reality sometimes, it's like, you need it. Like, and people be like, oh man, you know, you can't do that, man. You know, I gotta go to work. Listen,
You always gonna have to go to work. You always gonna have bills. You always gonna be tired. Do what you wanna do.
Even if you have kids. Like, yo, stop making kids seem like that's why you're not doing what you gotta do. No. Even if you have kids, you can do what you gotta do, but you gotta have that mindset. Yes, like it's all mental. Like it's all mental. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can do whatever you want to do. So we like don't let nobody hold you back, but like you know the negative slurs and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Do y'all have a favorite friend moment?
Dying fucking laughing. I just love dying fucking laughing.
I think I got a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just love laughing. I can't
Okay, so yours is when y'all really be falling out. Well, we be falling out too.
I like the falling out, like really like.
Like your stomach hurts.
I like to laugh
Like,
with my
you got,
friends. Like, I
solid,
love
like,
it.
Like, yeah,
Like that shit is the key to my heart. You know me, I'm smiling, I'm laughing. Like I love that. Like we gotta be able to laugh about anything.
If you can
Even if I'm going through something, we gotta laugh about that
Yes.
shit. I'm gonna laugh at my pain type of bitch. We gotta laugh.
Even if I just let you know, I feel like if you can really make me like.
Yeah.
You really
Like
cool
we
as shit.
friends, you cool.
I got a story, right? So this is like one of the moments with my mans. So we had a party. It was like our Rice Town. Like this is like years ago. Somebody used to go to parties. I don't no more. Anyway, so
we
yeah,
passed that phase probably.
yeah. So we out there. We drink. We having fun. So my man's is drunk. He don't know where he parked. So he think he lost his car. Like he really like, yo, I can't believe I lost my car. Yo, get to crying and shit. I'm like, why is you crying? Like, yo, they don't know me, bro. They don't know me. Niggas don't know me out here. Yo, I'm like, oh, you want like find your car? Like you want to find your car? You know what I'm saying? Anybody else? I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of people would have left. Like a lot of people are like, no, I ain't come with you because we didn't come together. So I'm like, I ain't come with you. I'm not ready to help you find your car. But it's like when you do stuff like that, that shows you who real friends is.
Absolutely.
Like, me and my mans got tight. Like we been tight, but we was really tight at that day because it's like, bro, I would stay out here till 5 in the morning.
Period.
I would never leave you. Like I would never leave you. And there's all
Absolutely.
these people out here, and it's like. People was leaving. I'm like, some people that came with us, they was leaving. I'm like, damn, that's a little fucked up.
Maybe somebody
You know what I'm
that
I've been in that
stop,
predicament many times.
Too many.
But I've also been the TRAE too in a lot of situations.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Like
I've been there.
for me, you feel empowering though. I feel like
You
you
do.
used to be able to help somebody else.
Yeah. Cause these are your people. These are your tribe. Like these are your like. Honestly, these
gotta
my
do
family.
that.
Like I'm gonna make sure you good. You know what I mean?
And you gonna need it too one day.
You gonna need it.
You gonna
too.
need
Let's
it.
go, yes.
What you say? You're
You
gonna need it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta really put yourself into the person's shoes. Be like, damn, if that was me, what would I do?
Because everybody falls short. Like everybody falls
yeah.
short. Nobody can be on a high horse at all times.
Hell no. Not at all.
I think for me, one of my favorite friend moments, and I told Day about this. I have a group of big cousins, all women. They all bad. They all got kids. They just so beautiful, and I love them, and I aspire every part of my life to be like this. But my cousin Brittany always hosts things at our house, like whether that's a cookout or just like a girls' night chill, whatever. But we always usually clean up for Brittany. I recently had a drink making competition at my house, and I had all my friends there. This was my first time. I was like, no, really, this is my first time having all my friends in my apartment. Like,
That's the one with the son that did the glass.
huh?
That's the one with the son that did the glass.
Yes.
There you go.
So after the drink making competition, you know, I was drunk. We had a great time, and I laid in the bed, and I kind of was just like, you know what, I'm gonna holler at this house tomorrow. And when I woke up, my house was like clean, straightened up, and it was like I could have cried because it felt like, dang, I'm getting older, and I have my own space, and I really have friends, like good friends. They really took care of
They
me.
cleaned your house. That they
Yes.
are the best.
Extra service.
Trash bag was all tied up, ready to go. Like,
You probably count that.
but it reminded me of my cousins and how my cousins are friends, and how they take care of each other. And I remember when I turned 23, then like we was going over my birthday plans. Long story short, feeling like, dang, I don't have a group of people that will be able to help me with certain things, like planning my birthday, cleaning my house after I done threw a cookout. Like I always at that time I felt like I got people that would come eat and leave.
Right.
But that day showed me like you got people that will come eat and then make sure you're straight.
And let me tell you why. Cause I just think that's so distasteful. Don't go to nobody's house and not make us we in there.
And I was telling they a lot of people don't think that.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta clean.
You gotta.
It was
clean
like
up.
straightened
That's
up,
all.
no cups laying around. Like it was nice to know like, dang, like I'm there. I'm at that don't mean that it's like family.
Yeah.
You know how it's family. You still you know aunt. She talk shit about everybody. So
I'm not telling you. I'm telling this. I'm telling little cuz.
You know for real.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about mixing your friend groups? Because I feel as though you got certain friends with certain shit. Like, you got some friends who just want to chill in the house, you know, drink. You got some friends like, oh, we going out, we going to Euphoria Saturday every week. Then you got some friends like, come on, let's go to LA. So it's like, then you got, like I said, school friends. You got friends you went to school with that y'all see each other every day. Then you got friends you grew up with. So I just want to get y'all opinion on it. How do y'all feel about school friends? Not school friends, I'm sorry, mixed friends.
I think you have certain friends for certain stuff. I've learned that now. Like, sometimes I will try to mix my friends. I'm like, all right, I know this person cool, but then at the same time, it's just different personalities. Like it's just, and then I feel like I have to watch this person, watch that.
God.
I don't want to do all of that.
Oh, she done slapped
the water, y'all.
No.
Oh, you got here. I don't like your little school.
Yeah.
She said something. Especially like with y'all, it's like all you gotta do is hit one of these stay too long at a girl. Oh, I don't like that girl. She was staring at me for what?
And y'all done forever.
Bro,
Like, y'all done.
now you can't bring them around each other no more.
Females just be weird and catty. That's all I can say. I keep saying I said it once, I'm saying it again.
that is the word for the day, y'all. Catty.
Catty.
Like,
For me, if you know me, I have never mixed my friend groups. That's like a hard no. This year was the first time I ever attempted something like that.
how did it go?
It was not horrible, but it showed me why I don't. It was just enough to be like, yeah, no. People who know me, they know I'm in a sorority. I have line sisters. I have home friends. Not only am I in a sorority, but most people are not from Baltimore in my line. I'm maybe me and one other, but like Baltimore culture is different from their culture and how they do things. And my friends around them would be a no. That's why I love Jess Hilarious videos. When she's talking about the home friend versus the college friend.
Man,
Yeah.
It's accurate. They be like, well, like it's just, if you haven't seen it, go see it. But that's how it would be for me. There's certain things that I know some of my line sisters would say that my Baltimore friends would be like, what the fuck she say?
Like, she goofy as shit. Like,
I would
she's
have,
not.
yeah.
She's not.
Even down to my work friends versus my close friends. I feel like I could mix them, but I still keep it separate because I show up differently with my different friends.
Yeah.
I don't want to always be my Deja kind of friend with my Aaliyah kind of friend. Sometimes I want
to.
to.
I'm mad if I'm not with you.
Yeah.
Like, you calling somebody trying to see, like, you with you.
It's,
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, me mixing friends, I wouldn't say I'm not a fan. I'm not the biggest fan, I'll be honest and say, just simply like you said, because so many people have different personalities and you never know somebody gonna say the wrong thing, whatever. But I love me a friend that I can take
Anywhere.
Oh man.
Woo, child. Thank you.
They just the
I love it.
You want to come to the family
We
reunion?
can go to church. We can go to church. Thank you, Jesus.
They the best friends. They the best friends. They
Literally,
the best friends. The ones that just adjust to it.
I love it. We like chameleons. I swear to God. Like look, let's do it. You want to put me anywhere? Put me anywhere.
She got a friend that's gonna really like click up with anybody.
Yeah.
She really gonna be like the star of the show. Like,
Always.
Dancing, like just talking to everybody.
Yeah.
That's friends like that. Like I like friends that you can take anywhere. Not gonna be uncomfortable, like make stuff not a vibe. Mari's the same way. Like, Mari is real chill. She a real chill friend.
Yes. Mari like, and then when Mari do open her mouth, you be like, oh. Mari be like, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna do that. Like, I be like, oh, okay.
Like she got really good time, girl. But to most she'll come off like, and even to me, like I always used to tell her like, I put you to Scarface. She's the same like.
She's like, so chill.
Just really chill, but like a side eye type. Like,
that's how they did us
but
today in the
she's so
brunch.
sweet though.
So sweet.
You was so laid back and like keeping it cute, you know. Then it was once that music came on. The waiter said, waitress said, she said, well, I didn't thought y'all was sweet ladies. We was like,
ratchet.
I guess another side. We just keep it, you know, we just.
Y'all know how I feel the tone out.
Yeah,
Friends
exactly.
Like that, friends like that.
Exactly.
Like you can feel out the vibe. Like okay, maybe I shouldn't speak right here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
When I walk into the room, I'm gonna speak just simply because, and I'm gonna catch on to if they don't speak back to me.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna
take note and act accordingly.
Exactly.
You pick up on the vibes.
But I don't gotta be like on some big shit or like trying to go all in. Like oh yeah, it's time to wrap it up.
That's why I like to keep it cute.
I agree.
And peep the room, fill out the vibe. Yeah, that's it.
I also work in nightlife, so I have that's like a whole nother family essentially for me. And for a while, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's a different thing.
It's different.
Party promoter like it's not like on the flyer type shit, but it's like behind the scenes like, hey, such and such. Last week and I fuck with it.
Yeah, and I feel like this year was my first time like trying to bring my friends into that crowd more, trying to bring my family into that crowd more because they're a little older than me, but I feel like for a while I was like I can't mix that because you come in here and get drunk, I look crazy. I'm at work, or not even that, but just like feeling like I'm still at work and I gotta hold up this persona. This persona. But I feel like this year they let me know like they're like, why you didn't tell us your my work family was like, why you didn't tell us your birthday plans or that your birthday was next week. They was like in my ass like. I don't even play like that. Like, we don't play about birthdays. And that kind of opened my eyes like,
oh, y'all just don't fuck with me.
Okay, like, oh, y'all like me more. Love y'all. Thank you. And I don't mind bringing my friends now. I feel like we went out for the first time this week. And it was chill, it was small, but it still was a step for me. It felt like, ooh, they gonna see who I be around. They gonna see the people I know, the people that show me love, the people that don't show me love. They wanna see those things, but I trust them to act the way they need to in certain situations.
Like certain things you just want to keep tight, like secure. Like,
and you should.
Like,
you had to. You had to. That's just the reality of it.
You don't want to put your whole person out there.
Yeah.
You don't want to. Like yeah, we work. Like you know,
mess up situations for yourself. Like my farming friends are equivalent to your nightlife friends.
Right. Exactly.
My farming community is a lot different from my average friends that I have on a daily basis. Like. They understand things a different way, as with my regular friends. But it's not saying I would never mix the two, but I would never force each other up, like force them to be there. Y'all gotta be around for me at the same time, and if y'all not, like y'all not my niggas. I'm not gonna carry it like that.
I hate that. Like, why would you, and then it's like, why would you do that? It's like, what your friends, like, your friends' capabilities, your friends' energy, your friends, habits. So it's like, you know who to bring around who. You know who not to bring around who. You know who a hothead. You know who, just, always in people's
Level-headed,
business.
yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, everybody is your friend, but they can't be friends to each other. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask this: have y'all ever been a friend that's been mixed in and y'all ain't feel it?
Oh,
All the time.
absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I'm the friend that'll take the L though for my friend.
I will.
If they should bring me around a group of friends,
oh, yo, God.
That's how we are though. We will take the L. I'm just gonna keep it cute, but next I'm gonna let
But
you know.
you're like, I wasn't feeling
don't
that
take me
thing.
around her no more.
Niggas
Don't take
go
me
with friends
there.
I don't like. No, I'm never going to. I'm not the type that's going to like make things totally uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I can be real and say like, if I really, really don't care for you, I'm going to be super standoffish.
Oh yeah,
Might as well have
absolutely.
not really invited me because I'm not going to be acting like myself.
No.
I've been around, like, I can say I'm the type of person that can adjust to the room, but it's only one time that I was like, yo, I don't want to fucking be here. Was, there's no disrespect to the people in the military. The military people, because they are from different
They're
parts.
just so different.
Say it's 10 people, right? It's
Different
10
races,
people
too.
from different parts, so it's like, they
A big
just
mix.
all mixed. So I'm just around, I'm just like, bro, these guys are characters. Like, literally, like, it's like, I don't know how to be. It's like, I just stayed in my corner. It was like, no, they was, don't get me wrong, they was
You was in the
cool.
military?
Nope.
Oh, all right.
My brother was,
Oh, all right.
so I went to go see him.
Oh, all right, cool.
So it's like, I didn't know how to be. It's like, I don't want to say I'm hood, but it's like, I'm not, I don't like certain stuff. I don't like certain stuff. It's like, I'm from the hood, so it's like, I have a mental, like, I'm mentally, like, just focused all the time. It's like, it ain't even know I'm not talking, I'm just focused.
Or
Like,
just being from Baltimore.
Yeah,
like,
it's
certain
like,
shit
yeah,
is corny to us. Yeah.
It's just like, they were so
Different.
fascinated by me so much
Yeah.
sometimes. It's just like, sometimes it was funny, sometimes it was like, all right, bro, you doing too much. It's like,
They be
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
clown us like we dirty or something like
yeah,
that.
I don't understand. Like, I'm like, bro, it's
Like,
like,
we got pockets. Like, you talking about, like,
fuck
not pockets on our pants. But, like pockets of artists with good black people and shit.
Yes. Everybody
is the hood,
their
like,
perception is so warped.
It's bad.
So,
stinks.
it sucks.
Y'all don't even know Baltimore people. Baltimore people don't go to the places that you're at.
It's like,
It goes to show like perception and stuff because the same way like we have to feed the children African stuff on the TV.
Same
They
stuff.
got the same stuff about us over there, making us look like we ignorant and all this stuff. That's why sometimes they'll come over here and have a complex that they might be a little bit smarter than us.
Yeah.
But the same with other places though.
Absolutely.
Like, we
That's
might
all
think
over the
that-
world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely everywhere. Like us as Baltimore people, we might feel like people from DC dress a little corny. But that's
yeah, well,
I
they
ain't
got that
saying
shit on.
nobody.
They got that shit on. You got that shit on, no, you don't.
I'll say it. Y'all look a mess.
I ain't gonna say
Ooh.
nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. As somebody from Baltimore, I do feel like, I'm not gonna lie, when I go to other states, I do feel like all right, I was in the worst of the worst.
It's such a
So it's like, it's so good to just get out, like, yo, I don't gotta. I mean, I'm not nobody here, but it's still at the same time, it's like this city's so small. It's like
It's
you
so
gotta,
small.
you gotta look to your left twice.
Yeah, I know it definitely is. I think it is for sure.
I hated that, like when people be like, "Oh, you going to DC? That's only up the street." So what, motherfucker?
It's not
different.
It's not here.
Y'all know where I'm gonna be.
It's not here. Like,
It's too much going on. It's like mini New York. It's like you're not gonna find.
it's really nothing. Like at least that downtown has places to go. We
Hella
don't
places.
even have a gallery no more. Like,
Oh,
what's
we
going on?
We
don't.
don't have a lot of stuff. Remember we used to really just go down.
The harbor used to be
Yeah.
packed.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'll walk all the way down there from Towson. I don't get it. We walking down the hall.
Yeah.
We
Taking
taking
it
too
eight.
long.
Oh,
Shoot.
man, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Straight
Yo,
up.
that shit was crazy.
So that was awesome. An awesome conversation on friends and good friends, bad friends, strong friends, what it means to be one, and you know, looking out for your people. I think that was awesome.
Amazing. So just remember to always do your friends good and be diligent to yourself when it comes to guilting yourself as a friend because sometimes it really might not be you. Sometimes you gotta stand on your word and agree to disagree. And sometimes agreeing to disagree means going your separate ways.
And especially because we all in our 20s, another thing I want to add is be okay with having to take maybe a break from a friend or maybe outgrowing a friend. That don't mean they can't come back, you know, at a better time when y'all
so
both.
so definite.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Exactly.
It don't gotta be that deep at all.
Like I ain't fucking with y'all.
Yeah.
Like that's that.
When they do it, probably gotta do it.
That's the only way.
People need to learn how to
That's the only way.
They need to learn how to nurture their relationships. Like, and that's all relationships. Not like, but I think that people don't. As much emphasis that we put on like regular relationships, boyfriend and girlfriend, we don't do that when it comes to our friendships, and they are just as important. So I think
if not more important.
If not more
I feel
important,
as though friendships are more important than relationships. But we can touch on that topic, and I can touch on it right now.
Yeah, I think
that's too deep.
Yeah, we'll be here all day.
Yeah, all day. That's another one. Oh my god.
But last week we had a question.
Our question was coming from a viewer. So on our social media, you all have all of our tags. We want you all to be sending us questions, and we'll touch at it after we go over our
Come on, y'all.
So shout out to that. So Tay, she submitted a question to us, and it was, can we touch on the transition from being in school or having just your part-time job and transitioning into career in actual adult life? So, thoughts on that? I'll start it actually. So I did go to school. I went to Towson University. Go Tigers! And I feel like when you go to college, you get a little mix before adulthood that makes you that allows you to still make mistakes, have fun before you really have full on a job. You have bills and you have real responsibilities. My transition was extremely difficult. My first year after graduating, I could not get a job for nothing. I was at Nordstrom, which I happen to love. I love clothes. I love fashion and retail. I was at Nordstrom for a year. My first job, I finally got it. I was fired after 30, 60 days, something like that. And I'm like a cross my T's, dot my I's kind of girl, so it was a big surprise for me to be fired. Long story short, I think it was a discriminatory situation. But even in that, having that job, I didn't have a car. I was getting up at 4:45 a.m. to take 2 buses and a long walk to get to that job that I had and that I worked so hard for. Still having to work at Nordstrom because they was not trying to let me go. So I had 2 full-time jobs, a part-time job at Sunglass Hut.
Damn.
Trying to get this car on the road, trying to save money. None of these jobs were like paying an immense amount, but I just was working so hard that I had enough money, thank God. But that transition taught me a lot. It taught me about accountability. It taught me that everything is temporary. That's what really kept me going. Like, this ain't forever. I just need to get to this point, and I had tunnel vision for that, and that helped push me. I was living at home. If y'all know, y'all know. It was in a room. It was just uncomfortable. It just was. It was tough, and I had lived with my father for the first time in my life. I always lived with my mother, but stayed with my dad. And that opened up a different thing. Okay, now you got a different kind of relationship that you're dealing with. Now you're living with a male, you're a female, you're becoming an adult. And shout out to my dad, because I feel like he gave me room to have to get through this uncomfortableness. He helped grow me. He helped put different ideas in my head and made me think about, okay, what is this for and who I want to be. But what I will say about that transition is that it's important. Everybody has to go through it. If you don't go through it, then you're not going to be a good adult. Nobody can teach you how to be an adult, but you have to learn from situations. And I feel like I learned from those situations. Now I'm a full-on adult. I live on my own. I pay all my own bills. And I hate it. But I learned to be able to find balance of like, yeah, take care of your responsibilities, but take care of you too. Have fun, be young. Like we the section, so we gotta be lit. What was your transition like from working or from school to working?
Oh, from school to working?
Yes.
I went to college. I went to college I didn't complete it because honestly I was trying to get some money.
It'd be like that.
That's what happened. So I would go to work. They were trying to kind of like adjust with my schedule, my school schedule. So I'm like, fuck it, I need some money for real. I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave school and then start working. So now I work full time or whatever, but I know I don't want that to be like my end all be all. So I know that I want more out of life. So that's why I kind of do makeup on the side. I'll dibble dabble and do just little different things because the transition is just like, my biggest thing I knew I didn't want to go to school and all of that type of stuff. I knew, so it wasn't that hard. I knew I was going to go out here and try to find a way to make some money. Like, it wasn't really, I had tunnel vision, like you said. That was
when you
my
have
thing.
that, it's not, you just feel focused on it.
Right, exactly. So that's kind of how it was for me.
So for me, it was more so like I don't want to be like the cliche, like, oh, I grew up poor. But it's like, you know, when you grow up poor, you want nice things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I tell my mom that all the time. Like, she's like, why you buying them $400 pair of shoes? I like nice
I like
things
nice
because I
things.
never had it.
Right.
And
So,
don't get me started because the
yeah.
history on that is we come from being royalty. Literally,
Exactly.
it's in our blood to have and want.
Mhm.
We just
A certain level of
bleed
things.
it. Like, we want nice things. It's like you just want it. So it's like around 11th grade, I knew I didn't want to go to school. Like, it's just, I didn't want to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wanted a job. Like, I wanted a job in high school, but I was like, I think that's going to be a little bit too much. So I'm just going to wait till I graduate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at an early age, I started getting like money. So it's like I never had this. So I'm blowing it. You know, still live with my mother. I'm 18, 19. So it's like around, I'm going to say like when I started like driving, I'm like, okay, you know, I got something that I actually got by working, like, you know, just working. So it's like now I'm going to like adulthood, adulthood is starting to really like push forward. So it's like I learned how to, like I said, I learned how to deal with like tribulations through my mother, like just watching her just come up as a kid. She didn't teach me about bills, of course not. Cause like, I don't know.
Why
It's
would
like
you do
a lot of parents don't talk about finances with their kids.
They throw you in the
like
water.
I said, we can touch on that another time. But like my mother didn't touch on bills with me. Like she didn't do that. But I'm okay with that. So I learned how to do bills by like regular phone bill, cable bill, what now, like car insurance. That's 3 bills. Like that's 3 bills.
Your money getting off.
Like it's 3 bills. So it's like once you start doing it, it's like all right, I guess pay that one time. You know what I'm saying? So and then it's not until I like actually moved out on my own. That's when I really got okay. I got my own shit. Now I'm really into it being an adult.
Right.
So it's like I went from wanting like, oh, I want clothes, I want shoes, I want that, I want this, I want that. I
You
want
make
watch.
that switch, you
Now I'm
like,
like,
shoes.
now I'm like, okay, no, don't get me wrong. I still put that shit on.
Oh, yeah,
that shit on. I still put that shit, but it's
Definitely,
like
that's
I know how to budget.
Yeah.
I really I know how to budget. So it's like it took me a while. So it's like as other people they went to college and had that like you on your own at 18. They are the strong y'all. Whoever stayed in the dorms, y'all the strongest people. Cause I had a homeboy, he survived off of noodles and hot dogs. I seen it. It's different. And he went to Morgan. We still in the city. I don't want none of that. So like I said, that it just it's like don't rush yourself. Take your time, cause it's like we all feel rushed.
Yes.
Everybody feels rushed. I gotta rush to get out my mother's shit. I gotta rush to get this car. I gotta rush. You don't have to rush.
No.
It's just all about comfortability, But
Before you go, G, real fast, I want to go back because I feel like I had a very rough transition, and I kind of forgot until you made some of the points you made. Like, I remember feeling like I'm lost in the sauce. I remember feeling like I can't find the answers, and I hate that everything I'm saying sounds so generic, but we know what you feel. I went through a lot of depression and a lot of anxiety coming back home from college, and even when I first went to college because I had to move, and that alone, I was truly depressed and had no idea until it was over. You look back and you like, that was a dark time. I was in a dark space. Like just finances, always feeling like you don't got no money, can't accept that you don't have money, can't accept that you're not at a certain place, and just feeling lost. That sucks. I feel like I don't feel that way as much now, but I wouldn't go back. And even just adjusting to the idea of me having to work 9 to 5 every day, that was extremely hard. That was a hard transition. I wasn't expecting that. I finally got a job, I love it here, but having to go in there every day, Monday through Friday, when you used to class at 10, break at 11, don't got another class till 2, got my part-time job at night, love my part-time job, No, sitting down, typing at a computer, that's a different kind of process that your body gotta adjust to it. Getting up every day at 7, 6, whatever time you gotta get up, that's an adjustment in itself. And luckily for me, I worked with 2 of my line sisters, and I felt like when somebody finally said it, like, yo, does this suck? Like, we finally got here. Does this suck for you? And it was like, it sucks for me. And it was like, dang.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's not what I feel. But yeah, for me, ask the question one more time.
How was the transition from
high school to adulthood?
Yes.
And the working aspect, right? So, upon graduating from high school, I already was working a job that I had started in high school. It was pretty a thing like just trying to chase money, as pretty much all of us would do. As we spoke before about it, like it took a minute for me to like catch on to my swag and stuff like that. And the reason that it took me so long to catch on to my swag is because I don't know if y'all realized, but from the first episode, we went to school together at an all-girls high school. I am transgender. And just growing up, I wasn't allowed to express myself or my style the way that I really want to, or it wasn't handed to me like that. So I ended up getting a job, and because I was able to do the things that I wanted to do with me and my time, my body, my money, I didn't get anything.
You was at that point.
Yeah, I was at that point. Like nobody can really tell me. So I feel like it's a tough thing though, because it also forced me to chase money instead of really, like chasing my dreams. And so it's a good turnaround, but for a minute I kept falling into the I'm gonna get this job because I think it's gonna bring me some money, and I get there and I'm like,
this lady at Nordstrom told me, and I'll never forget it. She said, "You can't if you chase money, you can't do that because you always be running.
You'll always be running. You'll always be running, and that's how it was for a long, long time.
I learned that shit late, like.
But honestly, like certain times of now, for real. Like I only been out of my job for like out of the working field for maybe like a year and some change now. But before that, like it was not easy to just like quit your job and be like, no, I'm not gonna take nothing at all.
Yeah.
Because you really feel like you need those things to survive. But the ultimate turnaround was, finally realizing like, damn, you got talent, yo. Like you really don't have to do all that.
Because I'm in a place now. I'm like, I'm still young. I'm young. Like I'm young. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Yeah, I can do whatever the fuck. You can try shit out. Like in my job, I am the youngest person at my job, so it's like I be having they be mad at that shit. And I'm like, I could leave this shit right now.
I be at my job like, damn, this really your whole life.
This your whole life. How you been here for 30 years? You been here for 30 years.
I was not with that. Like I couldn't get the concept, or I would never want to make it seem like I felt like I was above a job, but some principles just felt dumb to me. Certain things, like I can't be told, I'm not, you can't ask a question. I was in a meeting one time and a lady literally said, like, you're not going to go far with that mindset, because I'm an inquisitive person. That shit struck me to this day.
What?
It struck me to this day. Certain things really sit with you. And I don't know, like, over time I start saying, like, it's not the jobs, but it's not me neither. It's just not, we don't. It's just it don't match. We supposed to. It don't
That's
match.
why I love our generation. We kind of just like fuck it, and I love that.
You gotta
I
be
love
like
that.
Like it's a tough thing, because we know that we need the money, but it's also like you gotta battle yourself.
You gotta battle yourself every time.
I swear, that's the best shit I ever did, and I can be honest and say like. Well, my entrepreneurship is still in the very beginning. Like we're still very clean, very early. Like I'm still experiencing beginner problems. I don't have money every single day. I'm not always able to do the things that I want to do. I'm just getting able to move out because I'm finally learning how to make the money that I want to make. But I would rather have it this way than the other way.
I agree.
Can I speak on something real quick? So y'all know, y'all went to Weston. I went to City. So in them type of environments, they didn't teach us about stuff like trade school. They used to be like, when you went to school like that, you look at trade school, people like, you went to fucking trade school. You went to ITT Tech. You went to what? ICDC. But those programs get you into situations way better than you going to school for 8 years.
I feel like if you are going to go to school, you should do the trade.
That's how I feel now. Like right now, I'm in a situation now where as though I want to go back to school, but this is for a trade because it's like, yeah, growing up, going to city, like I'm like, okay, you know, Baltimore City College, for the people that don't know, look them up, you know. So it's like, they told me like, oh, you gotta go to a university, like 4 years, you gotta be, what you want to be a doctor?
They're college prep.
College,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I would have knew about the stuff, I would have went to a school like Maryville. I went to a school like Carver. I would have went to somewhere like that because it's like a lot of
Because that's what
people.
you're into.
Exactly. So it's like, I wish I would have known that, but it's like I can't blame that because it's like that's just the mindset that we were programmed to have. But
That's
like
the
you
older
said,
people.
the generation now, I love it.
I love
Because it's
it.
like it's opening my eyes to a lot of stuff. It's opening a lot of older people's eyes to a lot of stuff. So it's like I appreciate this generation now because it's like it's just kicking down the doors to like, you know, people don't go to college at all. Billionaires.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for touching on Taylor's question. We're going to close it out. This is the section. Hey, the littlest bunch.
Oh, no, I didn't just do this dumb ass shit. Fuck out of here.
Period. High vibrational is when you are exuding lots and lots of positive energy, health, wealth, anything positive, adding to a situation. That's high vibrational.
You get what I'm saying?
My friend Danira Green. I don't even think she got social media. I have no idea where she is, where you are. It's you.
You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Pull yourself together. And that's what she said on The Incredibles.
You get what I'm saying?
Period. Sorry.